Donald Trump's Make America Great Again movement, or MAGA, is often described as a cult. And now, on top of journalists, social media users, and historians documenting the daily evidence that MAGA is a cult, a high-profile Democrat has joined in. Eric Swalwell, House Representative from California, is going viral with this.
If you say this,
thank God we're here in Sunset Park to worship and bring back the greatest president we've ever known in our generation.
And you say this,
it would be suicide before Biden, right?
You might be in a goddamn cult.
Swalwell's examples are from a recent Trump rally in Nevada. A week earlier, at a House hearing, Swalwell made a broader argument by reviewing the MAGA claims about Donald Trump's criminal convictions. Republicans have repeatedly insisted that the Justice Department has conspired with state prosecutors against Donald Trump. There is no evidence to back up the wild claims, and as Swalwell noted in the hearing, the Justice Department has also brought charges in trials this year against Democrats.
My colleagues, none of this today that you are bringing makes sense. Your inconsistencies, your hypocrisy, your sycophancy, unless you are in a cult. And guys, I'm starting to think you're in a cult. That is your right, but it's not your responsibility. I promise you that's not what your constituents would want. So if you believe in states' rights, except when a jury in that state convicts your nominee for president, you might be in a cult. If you claim you back the blue but want to defund the police when the police go to your nominee's house to retrieve national security secrets, you might be in a cult. If you're supporting a guy whose felony convictions prevent him from getting a security clearance, you might be in a cult. And if the guy you're supporting for president has felony convictions that prevent him from going to Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Cambodia, Canada, Chile, China, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Egypt, Ethiopia, Hong Kong,
my motion
India,
takes precedent.
Indonesia, Iran, Ireland, Israel, Japan, Kenya, Macau, Malaysia, Mexico, Morocco, Nepal, New Zealand, Peru, Philippines, Singapore, South Africa, South Korea, Taiwan, Tanzania, Tunisia, Turkey, Ukraine, United Arab Emirates, and the UK,
the gentleman from Kentucky is recognized for 5 minutes.
Yes, those are the nearly 36 countries around the globe where Donald Trump, as a convicted felon, is no longer allowed in. Republicans on the committee don't like hearing the lengthy list, but Eric Swalwell made his point. If you continue to support Donald Trump as your leader, given that he is a convicted felon, well, you might as well be in a cult. Now, one of the reasons that Eric Swalwell and others keep using that word cult is because Republicans hate it. GOP lawmakers and members of MAGA world find the term cult to be demeaning and pejorative. And it is. But cult experts say it is also an accurate term to describe the MAGA phenomenon, especially now. The dictionary defines cult as great devotion to a person, idea, object, or work. And in MAGA world, where the devotion is to Donald Trump, Trump followers freely describe him in godlike terms and often compare Trump to Jesus.
I mean, you think about Jesus Christ himself. Everybody went against him because he was preaching love and doing what was right for the people. And Trump's doing what's right for this nation. And because he's doing that, everybody is against him.
In MAGA world, Trump is doing what's right for this nation, and everybody is against him for that. Not because of Trump's policies, his lack of personal character, his lies, or his criminal convictions. Clearly, deprogramming MAGA cult members is going to be a challenge, even long after Donald Trump is gone. In the meantime, the MAGA cult is its own sort of Christian nationalist religion. And even local political leaders, like the Nevada Republican Party chair, cannot resist invoking the Almighty.
What more can be said than thank God we're here in Sunset Park to worship and bring back the greatest president we've ever known in our generation.
He really said they worship Donald Trump in addition to wanting him back in the White House. When you worship a leader, ignore that leader's criminality, and put aside that leader's threats to freedom and democracy, it is clearly a cult with countless members who drink the Trump Kool-Aid. Does that mean the group will end up committing mass suicide as the followers of Jim Jones did 46 years ago in the jungles of South America? Well, maybe not literally, but figuratively, the Republican Party with its MAGA embrace has already killed off what the GOP used to stand for in America. The GOP of law and order, family values, and basic decency is dead. And in its place, America has the Republican Party of MAGA, or, as Eric Swalwell puts it, a dangerous and deranged cult. By the way, one of Donald Trump's most fervent supporters in Congress, Marjorie Taylor Greene, recently went full cringe.
The Democrats and the fake news media want to constantly talk about, oh, President Trump is a convicted felon.
He is a convicted felon.
Donald Trump has now been convicted of 34 different felony crimes.
But keep going, Marge.
Well, you want to know something? The man that I worship is also a convicted felon. And he was murdered on a Roman cross.
Check out that video at the link below. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.